Hi, I'm Kenneth Wajda. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my photography talks. So today I want to talk about showing up. So I was out in Berthoud, Colorado a few weekends ago, and I wanted to shoot some street. But I wasn't in a town that I had like a lot of opportunity to shoot. Like I wasn't in a busy part of Boulder where the tourists are on the busy pedestrian mall. And typically when I do street, I want to be in a place where there's a lot of people around so that I'm not the only one in the mix. But I wasn't in Boulder. I was in Berthoud. And Berthoud's a small little town, small little downtown, 4 or 5 streets, and then some housing. And I thought, you know what? I'm here. I should just walk around here and I should just get some exercise. And so much of it is showing up. 100% of the balls that you don't step up to the plate for, you will miss. And for me, I was thinking, oh, you know what I should do? I should take a ride up to another town that's about 10, 20 miles away. I should go there and I could photograph there at sunset. And I was thinking, but I'm here and it's almost sunset. And why am I not just working here? So I did. And I have one photograph that is one of my favorite photographs I've ever made. I made it through my car windshield. I was driving between different locations and it was one of those little scenes that just kind of came together. I put the 50 on the right up to the glass because I don't think my windshield is all that clean, and that 50 right up to the glass takes the glass away, and then I'm shooting through the window, and I'll put that photo below. And I think it's one of those nice scenics that has elements in it that's subject, elements of it that are a little disturbing, and at the same time it's graphic, and it's only there because I showed up and I had the camera and I was ready to shoot and I was looking for things to shoot. I have a photograph about just a father and a son playing basketball. That wouldn't have happened unless I was there and I actually got into shoot mode. I'm going to go out and take photographs now. Because when I'm driving along and I'm not taking photographs, I might see that, but I'm not thinking of how can I get that. And in that photograph I was walking, but if I were shooting, if I'm working from the car and I'm shooting, that's even a possibility. But if I'm not thinking of shooting, if I'm not in that mode, if I'm not showing up, if I'm not there, then the camera's on the back seat or on the side seat, and I might see something that might really have to be attention getting for me to pull the camera up and get it. But that night, I was driving between two locations with the camera in my lap. And there were plenty of times where I was walking and I was like thinking, you know what? It only works because I'm here. And it only works because I'm here, I have the camera, I have the lens, and I'm walking and I'm looking. And so much is when you're looking, you'll find things. So if I didn't take any pictures that night, I wouldn't miss anything because I wouldn't know what I might have missed. And I wouldn't think anything of it. And so much of what we do is we put ourselves in that role of as we're the photographer now. And now I'm ready to actually work. And right before I started shooting, I got a little Mexican dinner at a little restaurant in town. I was sitting on their patio. I had my laptop open. I was enjoying my night, and I really could have just packed up and gone home. And I did pack all that computer up and all, put it in my car. But then I was standing in the downtown. There's nobody out. It's late in the afternoon on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, early evening. And I'm like, well, there's really nobody out here. But I should take a walk, and I should take a walk and get some exercise. And then things arrived. Things show up when we show up. That's my point. When we don't show up, we don't know what we didn't miss because we didn't get it and we didn't see it. And when we show up, it's almost like the muse presents content once we're ready to receive it. And we have to show up. So show up. Be there. Go out and look. Every time you look, if you say, oh, I walk and I don't find anything, walk with your eyes open and keep an eye out for things that catch your interest. I don't just like photograph everything I see. I photograph the things that interest me. If something catches my eye for like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like the way the light's on that. Hey, look, that's a storytelling element. I don't just photograph everything. I just photograph the things that take my interest. And I'll put a few of the photos from that night into the links below so that you can see them. But it's one of those things where, it's almost like if you don't go to the flea market, you don't miss anything you didn't buy. But if you go and you find that special lens or something, you're so glad you did. That's so much a part of life. If you don't show up for writing that book you want to write, making the photographs you want to make, they don't exist. But showing up is the hardest part sometimes. Standing on that street corner outside of the Mexican restaurant with my camera bag and my computer bag, I could have just gone back to the car and gone home. But instead, I put the computer bag away and I started walking in a town that didn't look like it had much to offer story-wise. And yet there was a wealth of stories. So show up. That's the topic of today. All right, that's today's photography talk. If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. If you can support, hit the Patreon. Thanks for everybody who does, and I will bring you more photography talks. Here's the good shooting. Here's the good light.